Joe Gibbs Racing is no stranger to tough decisions, but none may be as complicated as the one looming over Ty Gibbs. The 21-year-old, who won the 2022 Xfinity Series championship and was fast-tracked into the NASCAR Cup Series, now faces mounting pressure as his struggles continue into the 2025 season. Despite having top-tier equipment and a championship-winning team behind him, Gibbs has failed to deliver consistent results. Meanwhile, his teammate Christopher Bell has racked up multiple wins, widening the performance gap. With JGR known for making swift changes to underperforming drivers, the question arises, will Joe Gibbs be forced to make a difficult call about his grandson's future? Balancing business and family loyalty, the legendary team owner must decide whether to stay patient or explore other options. As the weeks go by, the possibility of replacing Ty Gibbs becomes harder to ignore. Ty Gibbs entered the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season with expectations higher than ever. After 2 full years in the series, many believed he was primed to take the next step. Instead, his early season results have only fueled doubts about his ability to compete at the highest level. Through the opening races, Gibbs has failed to crack the top 15, finishing 16th at Daytona before back-to-back disastrous runs at Atlanta, 32nd, and Circuit of the Americas, 34th. His most recent result, a 25th place finish at Phoenix, did little to inspire confidence. Meanwhile, his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Christopher Bell has been dominant, winning 3 of the first 5 races. The contrast is glaring. Both drivers have access to the same elite equipment, yet Gibbs consistently finds himself outside the top 20 while Bell fights for wins. NASCAR is a results-driven business, and sponsors expect their investment to translate into strong finishes. If Gibbs continues to struggle, even his last name might not be enough to protect his seat. Complicating matters further, JGR isn't known for excessive patience. Past drivers like Daniel Suarez and Eric Jones were let go despite showing flashes of potential. Gibbs, on the other hand, has yet to even reach a Cup Series podium in nearly 80 starts. While some argue he's still developing, others believe time is running out. If his slump continues, JGR will have no choice but to consider alternatives. The pressure is mounting, and the next few races could determine whether Gibbs remains in the number 54 car, or if Joe Gibbs makes the toughest decision of his career. Ty Gibbs wasn't just another prospect climbing the NASCAR ranks. He was a generational talent with a last name that carried weight. His rise through the lower series was nothing short of dominant, proving early on that he had the raw ability to compete at the highest level. His breakout moment came in the Xfinity Series, where he won his debut race in 2021. From there, he quickly became a force, securing 12 wins in just 2 full seasons. In 2022, he captured the Xfinity Series championship, solidifying his status as NASCAR's next big star. That success fast-tracked his move to the Cup Series in 2023, replacing Kyle Busch at Joe Gibbs Racing. Many believed his transition would be smooth, given his access to elite equipment and guidance from one of NASCAR's top teams. But while his Xfinity dominance was undeniable, the Cup Series proved far more challenging. Despite flashes of speed, Gibbs never found the consistency needed to compete for wins. 2 years later, his results remain underwhelming. The advantage of being in top-tier equipment is that expectations are high, but so are the consequences for falling short. At JGR, patience has limits. Gibbs has talent, but at the Cup level, potential isn't enough. His rapid rise came with high expectations, and now, the same momentum that carried him up the ranks threatens to push him out if he can't prove he belongs. Joe Gibbs Racing isn't just another team, it's a championship-winning powerhouse built on results. Over the years, JGR has made difficult roster decisions to maintain its competitive edge, and history suggests that no driver is untouchable. That reality puts Ty Gibbs in a precarious position. JGR has a track record of moving on from drivers who don't meet expectations. Daniel Suarez lasted only 2 seasons before being replaced. Eric Jones, despite showing promise, was let go in favor of Christopher Bell. Even Kyle Busch, a two-time champion, was shown the door when sponsorship concerns arose. The only difference? None of them were related to Joe Gibbs. That's the complicating factor. As both a team owner and a grandfather, Gibbs faces a dilemma. Does he give Ty more time to develop, or does he treat him like any other driver? NASCAR is a business, and keeping an underperforming driver in a top-tier car could cost JGR wins, sponsors, and momentum. Adding to the pressure, Toyota has rising stars waiting in the wings. JGR recently secured William Sawalek for a full-time Xfinity seat, and if Ty continues to struggle, promoting a fresh face might seem like the logical move. Then there's Christopher Bell, who has set the standard at JGR this season. His recent dominance highlights just how far behind Ty is, making the disparity impossible to ignore. If JGR wants to remain a championship-caliber team, it can't afford to have a weak link. For now, Ty still has his seat, but if results don't improve soon, the pressure from inside JGR may force Joe Gibbs to make a decision he never expected to face. If Joe Gibbs decides to replace Ty Gibbs, JGR won't struggle to find a capable driver. The team has no shortage of talent in its pipeline, and Toyota has invested heavily in developing future stars. The question isn't whether JGR has options, it's who would be the best fit. One of the most promising candidates is William Sawalek, the 17-year-old phenom who has already made waves in the ARCA Menard Series. JGR recently signed him for a full-time Xfinity Series ride in 2025, signaling their confidence in his potential. If he continues to impress, a Cup Series promotion could happen sooner than expected. Another rising talent is Corey Heim, currently competing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He has already proven himself in Toyota's development system and could be ready for the next step. JGR has promoted drivers straight from trucks before, making Heim a realistic option. JGR could also look outside its development system. John Hunter Nemechek, who returned to the Xfinity Series in 2024, has been dominant and is eager for another Cup opportunity. He has experience in Toyota's program and could be a safer bet than an unproven rookie. Then there's the wild card, a veteran free agent. If JGR wants a proven race winner, they could bring in a driver with experience to stabilize the number 54 team. While unlikely, it wouldn't be the first time a top team made a mid-season switch to improve performance. The talent pool is deep, and if Ty Gibbs doesn't turn things around, JGR has plenty of directions to explore. The pressure isn't just on Ty to improve, it's on Joe Gibbs to make the best choice for his organization's future. Joe Gibbs has built his racing empire on performance, not sentiment. But when the driver in question is his grandson, the stakes become more personal. The decision to replace Ty Gibbs wouldn't just affect the team, it would impact the family dynamic. Heather Gibbs, Ty's mother and a key figure at JGR, has already defended her son, arguing that early season scheduling and team changes have contributed to his struggles. She candidly addressed Ty's struggles, stating, "I mean, you're concerned. Obviously, we want to compete. We want to compete for our sponsors and show up to the track with fast cars every week." She believes patience is needed, but patience isn't something JGR has historically afforded underperforming drivers. Joe Gibbs is now caught between two roles: the legendary team owner responsible for making tough calls and the grandfather who wants to see his grandson succeed. Demoting or replacing Ty would be an unprecedented move, but if results don't improve, his hand may be forced. The next few months will be crucial. If Ty shows progress, the discussion may fade. If he continues to underperform, Joe Gibbs may have no choice but to make the hardest decision of his career, one that could reshape both JGR's future and his family's legacy. Ty Gibbs' future at Joe Gibbs Racing is no longer guaranteed. His early struggles in the 2025 season have put him in a difficult position, and with JGR's history of making tough roster decisions, he can't afford to keep underperforming. NASCAR is a results-driven sport, and right now, his results aren't measuring up. Joe Gibbs faces a crossroads. Does he continue to bet on his grandson's potential, or does he make the same business-first decision he's made with past drivers? The pressure from inside JGR Toyota and the sponsor pipeline will only grow if Ty doesn't turn things around soon. What do you think? Should Joe Gibbs stick with Ty, or is it time to make a change? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more NASCAR analysis and updates.